What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today we're making one of the better sandwiches I've had in a very long time. I'll be showing you how to make a fried salmon BLT. But before we do that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit that bell and enable notifications as well. All right, guys, meet me in the kitchen. Let's make it happen. Here we have a 1 pound filet of salmon. If you don't like the skin, you can usually sweet talk your butcher at the grocery store and have them remove it for you. Or you can just purchase it without the skin. I actually like the salmon skin, so I always leave it on. Now this 1 pound filet is way too big for a BLT, so we're gonna remove about 4 to 6 ounces of salmon. That's a nice filet for lunch, good little lunch portion there. And then one thing I wanna call out, guys, is when you're frying salmon, you wanna try to make sure it's nice and even. So as you can see, one side is a little thicker than the other, so we're gonna cut it right down the middle and separate it. That way everything cooks evenly. And I like to use the thinner piece of salmon for the purposes of a fried salmon sandwich or salmon bites. So that's what we're going with today. We have 2 4 to 5 ounce pieces of salmon right there. Now we're gonna work on the B in the BLT. We're gonna preheat the oven to 400 degrees and go down with 4 nice slices of bacon. Pop that in the oven. You can fry it in a frying pan if that's how you get down. Works either way. While that's in the oven, we're gonna add 2 cups of buttermilk to a mixing bowl here. We're also gonna go in with 1 to 2 teaspoons of hot sauce. This Old Bay hot sauce is phenomenal. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that, but you use Texas Pete or Louisiana hot sauce, whatever floats your boat. Whisk that together or beat it with a fork like I'm doing, old school. And then you're gonna add your salmon to that and just let that soak for 10 to 15 minutes. Now we're going down with a little all-purpose seasoning on both sides. The buttermilk brine is gonna help the flour really stick to the salmon, give you a nice crispy piece of fried fish. So once you season both sides, we're gonna go ahead and dunk that in the buttermilk, let that chill out in the bath for 10 to 15 minutes and set that aside, put that in the refrigerator until we're ready to use it. Next, we're moving on to our sauce. So we're making a nice spicy remoulade here, going down with a 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. You know I use my Dukes. Then we're going in with a tablespoon of creamy horseradish, a tablespoon or so of sriracha, 1 to 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard, about a 1/4 cup of relish. I like to use sweet relish for this, and a couple tablespoons of ketchup. As always, guys, specific measurements and ingredients can be found in the description box below, so don't forget to check that out. Went in with a little all-purpose seasoning as well. If you haven't tried that yet, you can get yours. The link is in the description box below. Got a little discount code for you as well. Whisk that sauce together and pop that in the refrigerator. And now it's time to start on our breading. So for seafood, I like to use a 50-50 split of yellow cornmeal and all-purpose flour. So going in with 1 cup of cornmeal and 1 cup of all-purpose flour. Next, we're gonna season it up with my all-purpose seasoning, some Old Bay and 1 packet of sazon. Remember, guys, my all-purpose seasoning is low sodium, so if you're using a different product and it's not low sodium, you may want to cut back on some of these seasonings. And the golden rule of cooking, guys, is always to taste as you go and adjust the seasoning to your preference. So always taste your flour, because if you don't, you're just guessing. And if I learned anything during high school and my 2 months of college, if you're guessing, you're usually wrong. So now that that lecture's over, we're moving on to the T in the BLT, and that is the thin sliced tomato. I know tomato gets a bad rep, guys, but if you hit it with a little salt and pepper, it actually becomes pretty damn good. So here we have a nice thin slice of tomato, which is optional, but I do highly recommend using it. We're gonna set that aside, and always use a serrated blade with your tomato. It just makes it so much easier to slice. Here we have some nice Bib lettuce. We're gonna season our tomato with a little all-purpose seasoning, or just a little salt and pepper is fine as well. We have our bacon, we have our lettuce, and our tomato. And effectively, that's a BLT. And technically, I know you guys, somebody's gonna say it in the comments that if you add salmon to a BLT, it's no longer a BLT. But this is my channel, I'll call it what I want. Just kidding, guys. Well, not really. Now we're gonna add our salmon to the cornmeal and flour mixture, and just be real intentional about it, guys. Get in there with your hands, make sure that it's nicely breaded, evenly coated. And then once it is, we're gonna remove it, knock off any excess flour, and then we're gonna place it on a plate for about 5 to 10 minutes. This is important because it gives the flour time to adhere to the meat, and this will ensure that your salmon is nice and crispy when it comes out of the oil. So while we let that chill out for a second, we're gonna add a tablespoon of butter to a skillet because we gotta toast these brioche buns. Brioche is my bun of choice, but if you have your own favorite, potato rolls or something like that would work well here as well. Now we're going in with 2 liters of oil. You can use peanut oil, vegetable oil, canola oil, whatever works for you. Get that oil up to 350 degrees, and then we're going to gently lay the salmon into the oil. Always lay away from you to avoid splatter. That way you don't burn your forearms like me. And this fries up in about 5 to 6 minutes, guys. I like my salmon at 135 degrees, but you can cook yours to your, desired internal temperature. Oh man, say it with me, guys. Looking good. Beautifully fried. I think this counts as a money shot. Looking for that good golden brown and 135 degrees internal temperature. Once we achieve that, we're going to remove that, let that drain on a wire rack. That way it stays nice and crispy. And now, my friends, it's time to build a BLT. And we're not playing around. We're going sauce on both sides, because why the hell not? Go heavy with the sauce too, guys. That's good stuff. Then we're going lettuce. We're going to throw down a thin sliced tomato. Plenty of bacon. Oh man, this is going to be good. Let me know what you think in the comments. Can't wait for you guys to try this. Going to add that salmon. Quick little flyover. A little early money shot. Man, this sandwich was good, guys. Let's put that top bun on. And you know I got to give me a taste test. We're getting real close to 200,000 subscribers, guys. So please take a second to subscribe to the channel. Share this on your social media. Let people know about the channel. I really appreciate all the support. Quick little cross section. Oh man, that looks good. You guys are in for a treat. If you don't eat salmon, you can do this with chicken or some other fish, whatever you like. But if you do eat salmon, you guys have got to give this one a try. Let me know in the comments if you tried fried salmon yet. I have a fried salmon bite recipe that's also on the channel. And this bite right here is the one. Oh man, I don't know if you're a lip reader, but all right, guys, this recipe is absolutely money. I hope you guys give it a try. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give your boy a thumbs up, and hit that bell to enable notifications. And as always, thank you for your support.